15 billion naira coronavirus emergency fund for Nigerian universities and tertiary institutions, standing now on Steve Azaki and 9 others. Honorable Azaki is invited to move the motion.
On behalf of 9 of my colleagues to move this motion. I am Professor Steve Azaki, representing the people of Yenagoa, Kolokuma, Okukuma Federal Constituency of Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker, sir, the House notes that Africa, and particularly Nigeria, is still being viewed through a colonial prism with an emphasis on the continent's vulnerability rather than its capacity to contribute to concerted global efforts to defeat this coronavirus. Conscious that Nigeria must be counted as one of the countries making contribution in areas of science, research, to finding cure and vaccine for COVID-19. And to achieve this objective, we must provide support and funding to our universities and specific research institutions through special emergency funding to enable them carry out assigned responsibilities. I believe that success is not only measured by the end result, but even the process and effort could be a success. The House notes that due to the outbreak of infectious disease coronavirus, otherwise known as COVID-19, most universities and tertiary institutions in Nigeria have suspended classes as a prevention in the absence of any known vaccines. Aware that COVID-19 pandemic have had a devastating impact on Nigeria's universities and tertiary education system, and without a major mitigation, like discovering an effective therapy or vaccine, mass testing, and new strategic infusion of federal funding, the landscape of Nigerian university and tertiary institutions may be forever changed. Because of time, I will, since my colleagues already have a paper before them, let me move. Also aware that the federal government, in lieu of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak and the enormous public health dangers that it poses, is yet to decide on a date for reopening schools, including universities and tertiary institutions across the country. Worried that universities and tertiary institutions' tuition income will nosedive as parents who lose their jobs as a result of the pandemic are less likely to fund the university or tertiary education of their wards. Our students may demand the fee reduction and waivers in the light of economic recession, coupled with the shock on employment rate that could reach an estimated global average of 25%. Higher education may seem like a luxury for many. What we are proposing is done in so many countries across the world. In the United States, 14.3 billion has been earmarked. In Canada, $275 million has been earmarked, so on and so forth. Therefore, cognizance of the efforts by some Nigerian institutions like UNIBEN, ABU Zaria, and DECON in contributing to the ongoing fight against COVID-19, where researchers have produced clinically tested low-cost and effective ventilators. Strategic additional funding could increase their capacity in this regard. Mr. Speaker, as a former Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Governing Council of our premier university in Bayelsa State, and as a member of the Governing Council of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, I will assure you that our universities have the required resources. What is lacking is facilities and funding. So the House therefore resolves, Mr. Speaker, to urge the federal government to set up a strategic 15 billion naira coronavirus emergency fund for Nigerian universities and tertiary institutions to respond to the impact of coronavirus on their academic, research, and administrative operations. To mandate Nigerian universities and tertiary institutions to launch a coronavirus student emergency fund, where indigent and vulnerable students can apply for student emergency grants to assist them recover from the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. 3. They have also urged the federal government to immediately establish an infectious disease research institute within the 6 selected federal government universities across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, which will be given specific research funding by the federal government, just as in the case in Saudi Arabia, where the government, in response to this novel virus, proposed to establish 6 large regional laboratories. 4. We have resolved to request the federal government to empower some special universities to build the capacity to do the required testing so as to meet up with the national demand on testing due to the rising number of coronavirus cases. 5. We have also urged the federal government to constitute a team that will comprise of representatives of the government, academia, and relevant stakeholders to undertake a study tour of Madagascar and Senegal to explore the reported progress in indigenous research into a possible cure of COVID-19 and brings back relevant knowledge and know-how to the country. Let me underline the fact that we are not talking about trade and commerce. We are talking about people who will go there, study the research, the methodology of how...
Honorable colleague, are you moving the motion or you are taking the motion?
To ensure implementation, seek the concurrence of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Any seconder? Yes, leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain Honorable Dudu Godwin Delmelu, and I represent the good people of Anyocho Oshimili Federal Constituency. I'm from Delta State. I rise to second the motion, ably moved by Honorable Stephen Azaki. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Motion referred to the relevant committees of the House.